What are mediate and immediate references? Now, in the previous lectures, we have focused on what is square of opposition. So, square of opposition, we have four forms that we understand, that is A, E, I and O. So, of all the vowels, we have the first four vowels that are there, and A stands for all, E stands for none, I stands for some and O stands for some not. So the lower two ones are the particular inferences that we would have, and the upper two one are the universal ones. Again, if we go on to right and left, on the right hand side, we have what we call it as the negative references, and here we have the positive statements. Now, understanding this square of opposition, this one single diagram, as we said, is complete in itself to understand all the basics. But let's have a statement like, all cats are dogs. Now, in this statement, what I am saying is all. So, this is what kind of proposition? This is A. What happens in syllogism? In syllogism, we take two of the statements and then we draw a conclusion. Now, whenever we are taking two of the statements and drawing a conclusion, we call it as a mediate inference. Why it is a mediate inference? It's a mediate inference because we are having two statements. Let's say first statement is all cats are dog, and the second statement is all dogs are animals. Now in this form, what we are trying to do is, I'm having a three Venn diagram that I draw, that is cat, dog and animals. What would happen here? When I say all cats are dog, that means I shade the region which is outside the region of the dog for cats. So I say all the cats, if even there is one cat, would be lying in this region, because that's the only region where you have dogs that are there. So all cats are dog. I write the statement 1, I shade the statement 1, and then all dogs are animals. So all the dogs, even if one dog is there, it should be an animal. So I shade the other region, and that is this region. So dogs can be present only in the region of animals. Now, based on these two statements, let's say I have a conclusion, all cats are animals. Is it a true conclusion? Now, cats, if one cat is present, it would be the only possible location for the cat to be present is this. And if the cat is present in this region, that means the cat is an animal. So all the cats can be present only in this region, and therefore all cats are animals is a right statement. And this is how we derive a mediate inference. So for a mediate inference, we must have two statements that are there, first of all, and based on these two statements, I am trying to bring out a conclusion. Now in these statements, the first one, that's the cat here in this all cats are dogs, the cat is the subject, and the second one is the predicate in the proposition. So we understand the prepositions in a very simple form, and this was an example of a mediate reference. Now mediate inference to moving on to immediate inference. Whenever I say all cats, let's move to the same example, all cats are dogs. Now even if one of the cat is present, that should be a dog. So some cats are dogs would be again correct, and this could be derived based on what? This could be derived based on the all statement. So based on A, I can derive I from the square of opposition diagram. So in the square of opposition, we have A, E, I and O. So this is all, no, some and some not. Now if all is true, some has to be true because it's a subset. So conclusion can be drawn easily only from one proposition, as we have done here. I have just one proposition, that is all cats are dogs. Based on that, I can immediately say that some cats are dogs. So this is a immediate inference. Again, in case of immediate inference, there are two cases. Understand this very carefully, very interesting portion. So one is the implication and the other is conversion. Now implication, I repeat again, implication implies that if the first preposition is all, then sum would be always true, and therefore that is an example of implication that we have discussed right now. When I say all cats are dog, then I say some cats are dog, then this some cats are dog has to be true, since all of the cats are dog. If I pick few of those would be dogs itself, and therefore this is an example of implication. Now what is conversion? Conversion is simply put, I interchange the subject and the predicate. Now how does it happen? I have a statement, all cats are dogs. I change it. I make the subject, so this is the subject and this is the predicate. I crisscross the subject and the predicate, so I write all dogs are cats. But in the case of all, this statement does not come true. But when I replace this with some, okay, so I have two steps in conversion. First, I do a interchange of the subject and the predicate. Once the subject and the predicate are interchanged, I convert it into some and I say some dogs are cats. Now let's look into the Venn diagram again. You have cat, dog and animal. Let's take the previous example itself. Now when I say all cats are dogs, I shade this region. Okay. Now based on this statement, if I say some dogs are cat, that would be true because there would be some cats that would be here, and since all cats are dogs, okay, so cats would be here. Even if one cat is here, that cat would be dog as well. So I can say some dogs are cat. There could be dogs outside as well. Okay, I'm not pointing on to any of the dogs which are outside the region, but considering only the cats, since I'm saying all cats are dogs, cats would be lying in this region. Okay, and since all the cats are dog, this is the region where you have dogs. So some dogs have to be cats. That's the basic idea behind this concept. And there is where we apply the conversion. Now conversion is true in the case of E. Conversion is true in the case of I, but it is false in the case of O. So let's take an example of E. When I say no cats are dogs, so none of the cat is dog, both of them independent, there is no intersection, and then I say no dogs are cats, so that would be again true. Okay, because I take the same Venn diagram, I try to draw it again. So you have cat, dog and animals, and I say no cats are dogs, so I shade this intermediate region. Now since this region is shaded and I say no cats are dogs, therefore I can say no dogs are cats as well, and this becomes true. So conversion is true in the case of E, conversion is true in the case of I, it is false in the case of O, and in the case of all, the conversion can happen in a limited manner, and that is when all itself becomes all, it's not true, but once I converse it, all cats are dog becomes all dogs are cats, and then I reduce it to some and I say some dogs are cats. That's the only correct formation that you would have under conversion. Now in a separate class we have talked about converse, obverse, contrapositive. So it's very important, very essential for the basics of your logic. So go back and refer the class on converse, obverse and contrapositive that we have covered separately in a separate lecture. Just to recap, there are two inferences that we have talked about in this lecture. One is the mediate inference. Mediate inference requires two statements to come to a conclusion. A good example is understanding syllogism problems. Immediate inference can be drawn with square of opposition itself. So the two concepts are different. There are interconnections of the two concepts that are seen when we are understanding the logic, but Immediate inference is where you understand the square of a position. Mediate inference requires understanding of syllogism. So that was a very fundamental basics to help you understand the formations in logic, and we would be continuing up with many more interesting concepts in logic. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day ahead.